Northwest Berry Lemonade. A few weeks ago, I visited a legal marijuana shop and bought two 8-ounce bottles of THC laced lemonade. Each bottle contained two suggested recommended servings. With the aid of the cough syrup measuring cap included with each purchase, I was able to heed the advice of the label. For the first bottle, I downed 4 ounces and waited. After 20 minutes, I noticed my baseline consciousness slipping away, in a pleasant and familiar way. Those first perceivable moments when the effects of the psychedelic are creeping into your brain are the most titillating. The giddy anticipation of the heightened extrasensory experience those first impressions foretell, the play and blend of imagination and reality, the excitement building in the waiting for the full trip to begin, is my favorite part. However, it took over an hour for the full effects to hit me. It was a cozy stone. It didn't get me as high as it could have, brought me right to the edge of a full-blown psychedelic trip without entering, gave me the museum tour without becoming one of the exhibits. This in and of itself is a wonderful stoned experience, with all the attendant, hyper-aware, acute, and lucid sense perceptions, tempered hallucinations, feeling music on your skin, colors exploding in your head, and furniture pulsating with life of its own. Controlled euphoria with no paranoia. Watching a movie with all the characters in action happening to you. Actively participating in the movie, personally invested in the plot in your head from your couch. Good times. You know you're stoned, and you go with it, within yourself. A few days later, I finished the second half of the first bottle and enjoyed a similar experience. A few weeks pass after the first bottle. Oh, what a beacon of patience. Yeah, it's still in the fridge. Pissed. Luke, why don't you drink the whole thing this time and see what happens? Where do thoughts come from? I follow this one. What's the worst that could happen? After splitting the first bottle, you know you could have gone further, and there sits the second bottle, sealed with the cough syrup measuring cap on top, beckoning me. Drink it all, but be sure to lock the door to the outside world beforehand. A responsible precaution, because I only take mind-altering substances responsibly. It's one of the tenets of the Good Citizen Rule Book, which I strictly don't adhere to. Tell me where to sign, and I'll sign off on that. 30 minutes pass. Wowzers! The palm tree in the corner is talking to me. Can the police hear my thoughts? The police are sending me a text right this second. Who else could it be? There's a noise downstairs. Where'd the floor go? There's the tire swing hanging from the walnut tree I used to climb as a kid, with my dog Tipper sniffing my face. Tipper died in 1988. I was 7 that summer. I'm 7 now. Crying after hearing the news Tipper was just hit by a car on the highway fronting our house. What's that sensation in my stomach? Should I move to the bathroom? Let's. This is what happens to food. Remember, you eat food. What are those things in your mouth? Behind your lips. You've ground all your teeth down, and you're profusely, uncontrollably bleeding. Or is that pomegranate juice? You like pomegranate juice. Who doesn't? Better make your way to the toilet. How long has it been? Days? Years? Consult your watch. 2 minutes. Stay calm. You're doing what you're supposed to be doing. This is how things are done. You are following every inexorable law of the universe. You deign to entertain other motives? Who the hell are you anyway? You know what would happen. Did you ask them first? They're right by the door. See where that gets you. How long has this movie been playing? Consult your watch. 30 seconds since you last checked it. What do you want? It's the palm tree again. I'm only one man. Bed. Lay down. Don't debate this. Now the real movie begins. The whole movie that is one's life, recorded and stored in memory in its entirety by the strange forces of a psychotropic drug in highly concentrated form, consumed quickly and unleashed on the brain and experienced in perceived real time, as if one is watching a screen, playing for an audience of one, your entire life story, crawling in diapers, hearing your 1-year-old self as your 1-year-old self attempting its first feeble half articulations of mama, running and feeling your bones grow through adolescence, into the first flush of manhood. Is this really happening? Limbo, conscious of the whole play of whatever the hell this is. This interplay and interweaving of reality and memory and imagination, associations playing off each other, twisting and morphing with flesh, with fully fleshed memories and unreal, phantasmagorical fears, experiencing these fears from your life history as if you first experienced them, inside your head as a child again, in a timeless flash, back to the ever-present, and you laying in bed with that perpendicular thing, with all those lights emanating from it. What on earth is it doing? Check your watch. It's been 3 minutes. When did you drink the Northwest Berry Lemonade? 33 minutes ago. That stomach ache subsided. Pizza. Chili cheese corn chips. Butterfingers. Mango pineapple freeze pops. Heaven. So this is what heaven tastes like. That palm tree is God. Or am I God? Silly question. The supreme pizza with all the trimmings is God. To doubt that is to insult the pizza. Have you considered the ramifications? So goes the rest of the night. Last night cost me $15. The lemonade was on sale. $5 off its suggested retail price of $20. Make it 2, informative hipster girl at the checkout counter. I don't know if I can handle another psychedelic experience. This was some heavy shit. Approaching my first LSD experience in terms of intensity and intricacy of details. My quota for crazy shit like this has been reached and exceeded. Clean, healthy living has never been more enticing. Which brings me back to the epistle I wanted to write in the first place concerning Maui. Life has taken on a timeless aspect for me. This morning could have very well happened 1,000 years ago. All my desires, yearnings, strivings, studies, work of a lifetime up to this point has merged into a general wellness of eternal present, with the exception of last night. No longer becoming, but being, and basking in this, for lack of a better phrase, general wellness, and not for a second taking for granted how fortunate I am, for this too will pass, as everything must. But for the time being, I couldn't want more. Surely there is more to add, but why spoil it? Life is simply too grand. Do I sound crazy? There's a sneaking suspicion. Ha! November 2015.